Hey, do you ever think about your childhood memories?
Yeah, all the time. What about you?
Definitely. One of my favorite childhood memories is going to the park with my family on Sundays.
That sounds nice. What did you do at the park?
We would have a picnic and play games like frisbee or soccer. Sometimes we would just relax and read books.
That sounds really fun. My favorite childhood memory is when I went to Disneyland with my family. I was so excited to meet all the Disney characters.
Oh, I love Disneyland. Which characters did you meet?
I met Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, and Goofy. They were all so friendly and took pictures with me.
That's so cool. I've never been to Disneyland before.
You should go sometime. It's really magical.
I'll definitely have to plan a trip soon. Another childhood memory I have is going to my grandparents' house for holidays. My grandma would always make her famous apple pie.
Yum! I love apple pie. Did you have any other traditions with your family?
Yeah, every Christmas Eve we would open one present early and then read the night before Christmas before going to bed.
That sounds like a nice tradition. My family used to go to the beach every summer. We would swim in the ocean and build sandcastles.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Do you still go to the beach now?
Yeah, sometimes. But it's not the same without my family there. It's hard to recreate those childhood memories.
I know what you mean. But it's nice to remember those happy times and the people who were there with us.
Definitely. Childhood memories are so special because they shaped who we are today.
I couldn't agree more. Thanks for chatting with me about our childhood memories.
No problem. It was nice to reminisce.
Hey, do you have any childhood memories that still make you laugh when you think about them?
Oh yeah, definitely. One time, when I was about 7 years old, I convinced my little brother to eat a whole spoonful of cinnamon.
Really? What happened?
Well, at first he didn't believe me when I told him it was cinnamon, but eventually I convinced him to try it. As soon as he put the spoon in his mouth, he started coughing and gagging. It was pretty funny in hindsight, but my mom was not happy with me.
I can imagine. My funny childhood memory involves my first time riding a bike. I was so excited to ride it, but I didn't know how to brake. So when I went down a hill, I ended up crashing into a bush.
Oh no! Did you get hurt?
No, luckily I wasn't going too fast. But I was pretty embarrassed when my parents had to come rescue me from the bush.
I can imagine. But that's a funny memory to look back on.
Definitely. Do you have any other funny memories?
Yeah, one time I was playing a game of tag with my friends in the park, and I tripped and fell into a mud puddle. I was covered in mud from head to toe.
Oh no! That sounds like a disaster.
It was, but my friends couldn't stop laughing. We all ended up getting muddy and having a great time.
That's the best kind of memory, when something unexpected happens and you end up having fun despite the mishap.
Absolutely. Childhood memories are the best because they remind us of a simpler time when we could just let loose and have fun without a care in the world.
I couldn't agree more. Thanks for chatting with me about our funny childhood memories.
No problem. It's always fun to reminisce and laugh about the silly things we did as kids.
Hey, do you have any childhood memories that you cherish the most?
Yeah, there's one memory that stands out to me the most. When I was about 8 years old, my family went on a camping trip in the mountains. We spent a week in a beautiful national park, hiking and exploring the wilderness.
That sounds amazing. What was your favorite part of the trip?
My favorite part was when we hiked up to a lookout point on a mountain. We could see for miles and miles, and the view was absolutely breathtaking. I remember feeling so small in the face of such grandeur.
Wow, that sounds like an incredible experience. Did you go camping often as a child?
No, not really. That's why this memory is so special to me. It was a unique experience that I'll never forget.
I can imagine. My most cherished childhood memory involves my grandparents. They used to take me on walks through their garden and teach me about different flowers and plants. It was a special time that I shared with them.
That sounds really lovely. Do you still have a love for gardening today?
Yes, I do. That memory sparked a lifelong interest in nature and the outdoors.
That's wonderful. It's amazing how childhood memories can shape who we are as adults.
Absolutely. Childhood memories are so important because they help us understand where we come from and what's important to us.
I couldn't agree more. Thanks for chatting with me about our cherished childhood memories.
Of course. It's always nice to remember the happy times from our past. Hey, do you have any childhood memories that you cherish the most?
Yeah, I have a lot of happy memories from my childhood, but one memory that stands out to me the most is when my family and I went on a road trip across the country. It was a long drive, but we stopped at so many interesting places along the way.
That sounds like an amazing adventure. What was your favorite part of the trip?
My favorite part was when we visited the Grand Canyon. I had never seen anything like it before. It was so vast and awe-inspiring. I remember feeling so small in the face of such grandeur.
That sounds incredible. Did you do anything else on the trip that you remember fondly?
Yes, we also visited a few national parks and went hiking in the mountains. I loved being surrounded by nature and exploring new places.
I can imagine. It's amazing how much you can learn and discover when you travel.
Definitely. That trip was a formative experience for me, and it sparked my interest in traveling and exploring new places.
My most cherished childhood memory involves my grandparents. They used to take me on walks through their garden and teach me about different flowers and plants. It was a special time that I shared with them.
That sounds really lovely. Do you still have a love for gardening today?
Yes, I do. That memory sparked a lifelong interest in nature and the outdoors.
That's wonderful. It's amazing how childhood memories can shape who we are as adults.
Absolutely. Childhood memories are so important because they help us understand where we come from and what's important to us.
I couldn't agree more. Thanks for chatting with me about our cherished childhood memories.
Of course. It's always nice to remember the happy times from our past.
Definitely. But childhood memories aren't always happy. Do you have any memories that you found scary or frightening?
Yeah, I remember one time when I was about 8 years old, I got lost in a big department store. I was so scared and didn't know what to do.
That must have been terrifying. What happened next?
Eventually, a store employee found me and helped me find my way back to my parents. I was so relieved and grateful.
I can imagine. Getting lost as a child can be really scary.
Yeah, but looking back on it now, I realize that it taught me an important lesson about staying calm in difficult situations and asking for help when I need it.
That's a good point. Childhood memories, even the scary ones, can be valuable learning experiences.
Exactly. And they help shape who we are as adults.
Absolutely. Thanks for sharing your memories with me. It's always interesting to hear about other people's experiences.
No problem. Thanks for chatting with me. It's nice to reflect on the past and appreciate the memories that have made us who we are today.